controversial. So without further ado, let's invite our panelists.
So I will say the hello, welcome, and you'll say you'll just invite them in, okay?
Oh, I should say today's topic is very controversial and we'll be talking about man and ideas. So without further ado, let's go and invite in our panelists. And we stand up and we shake hands and be like, we're done.
Hello everybody, so welcome to the 5 show. Okay?
And we are your hosts, Rania.
And I'm Yushen.
And today we'll be talking about a topic that's very controversial. And our topic for today is man and ideas. So without further ado, let's invite in our panelists.
Yeah, let's not do the hugging thing.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Hi.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So we are switching seats now.
So, man and ideas, what's the first thing that comes into your heads when you talk about it? Panelists?
Do you have any ideas or any opinions about this topic?
Every man have their own idea. They have right to tell about it, and it's a free right?
All right. What about you? What's your name again, sweetie?
My name is Amy.
All right. So what do you think about man and ideas? Like this concept, it's very broad. Like what are your thoughts on man and ideas?
Well, as you said, it's a very broad concept, right? And as a human being, we all have our own perspectives and ideology for everything that we encounter in our lives. We have our own beliefs, our own set of cultures and traditions.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, MC is speaking very softly. We can't hear you. Panelists also, we can't hear you at all, even at this distance. And also, I think MC needs to ask the question.
Remember, you have to ask the question. Should the death penalty be abolished?
Okay.
Should there be absolute freedom of speech?
So the
This is the question that you are debating on.
Yes.
And
Just those
discussing
two
on.
questions.
Yes.
Yes. Do you remember?
Okay.
Death penalty and freedom of speech.
Okay.
You can craft it in your own words.
Okay.
Try again, try again.
Okay, we have to start from the top again.
Okay.
Do you stand up again?
Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. I didn't want to block the camera.
We look at camera one. Oh yeah, guys, we're supposed to look at camera one, right?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, very good morning to all the audience that
Good morning.
they're listening to us. Okay, we are the 5 show. And I'm Yushen.
And I'm Rania, and today's topic is going to be very controversial. So just saying, we're going to be talking about man and ideas. Specifically, we're going to be talking about justice and the freedom of speech. So without further ado, let's invite in our panelists.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, hello, good morning.
Take a seat.
Good
Take
morning.
A seat. Nice to meet
morning.
you guys. Okay, so we can't wait to ask you, what are your thoughts on this the whole death penalty. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, should it be abolished? Is it a good thing? We're all, like, this is our one burning question, and we need to know your thoughts on it.
I can start first. Okay, death penalty. This is a law, and death penalty depends on the country's condition. Is that the government decision to whether abolish death penalty or not? So it's come back again. It is depends on the citizen condition and welfare condition.
Yeah, totally. So, do you guys think it should be completely abolished by international law, or should people still do this? Because, you know, every government's a little different.
Or how should it be sentenced to the criminal or the crime?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start with you first.
Yeah,
One
okay.
egg?
No. He
Yeah,
pointed.
I should make a law in international site. Yeah, because I know that the situation is different in each countries, but we have to cooperate with each other to abolish some bad expressions for the other religions or other people.
Yeah, totally. Like, I agree. It's a very touchy subject, and I don't think it's that easy to come up with one solution. So, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the magnitude of the crimes that we must enforce the capital punishment upon?
You guys can just speak out your opinions about how should it be sentenced or what.
Well, I think that we should implement death penalties into the most heinous of crimes, because the death penalty is like a very definite thing, and therefore we should implement it to the most worst of criminals.
So, what are your thoughts upon it?
I think if it would affect the society, affect like the people, I think death penalty could.
Yeah, it's really.
So how should it be abolished? We need to abolish it slowly or just immediately?
I think we should abolish it slowly. We need to make small steps, because if we take like one dramatic leap, I think we're taking a lot of uncertainties and factors that we don't really know about, so we just should take it slow and take everything into consideration.
All right, so that wraps up our topic about the death penalty. Let's go to our next segment, which is talking about the freedom of speech.
So should the freedom of speech be an absolutely right in this society nowadays?
Well, I think there should, the freedom of speech should come with regulations, so it shouldn't be like absolute freedom of speech, because if we implement that way, then people people won't take into considerations like the impact of what they're going to say to other people, and I think that having regulations would prevent outbursts or like maybe fights breaking up between like not only two people but maybe even like two countries. So regulation is really important.
So you're talking about a freedom of speech that is regulated, meaning that it's not completely free. How do we draw the line between what should be said and what can be said but should not be?
I'm from Japan, and I want to explain the situation of freedom of expression in Japan. Yeah, can I?
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, in Japan, the freedom of expression was protected is protected in the Constitution of Japan, and there are some problems because, do you know hate speech in Japan?
Yes.
Yeah, it is for the other countries' people, such as Korean or Chinese. Yeah, the people who did hate speech insisted that we have rights for the freedom of expression, but I think they are not good. Yeah, I think they have no consideration for other people.
Okay, so now let's just move to the next question. So how do you think is education playing its role about in the freedom of expression nowadays? Is education playing its role?
Do you have like a question to ask, guys? Like,
So the audience.
I have a question about the last topic, but how do you judge if what someone said is offensive, and who should decide it? I have a question.
Panelists?
Can you repeat like the question?
yeah.
You spoke really softly. I didn't quite catch what you said.
How should you decide? How should we decide if something that someone said is offensive, or who should decide that?
Panelists?
What do you think, the government or the legalization of the country?
I think maybe both, and also like the society, because every person is different. We hold something dear to our hearts. Like everyone, one person may be really sensitive about their religion, and one person maybe not. But that person may be sensitive about other things, like maybe like their race or their culture. So I think that we should all work to create like a barrier. Like maybe the most basic one should be religion and culture and race. Yeah.
We agree. But concerning one very prominent topic on the freedom of speech, the Charlie Hebdo, where they depicted a figure who is not to be depicted, what are your thoughts on it? Was it justifiable, or was that just completely derogatory towards the people involved?
I think it's freedom of speech. That is there's something that you can involve that like Amy said, that about a religion, basically race. Some people are so sensitive about it, and there is like a commodity that even is it just a little thing, and they're reacting so badly, and there's make a scandal, so they're making a worldwide news or something.
All right.
Okay, so now let's move to the audience. Is there any question? Yeah, okay.
Okay, for the panelists, I'm going to ask you a question. Freedom of speech will relate to cyberbullying that is actually happening in our social medias. As a young teenagers, how could we prevent or stop their habits to bullying each other? Because this is a freedom of speech. Thank you.
So panelists, do you have any ideas or any opinions?
There are several factors I think that we could change the mindsets of these youth. First and foremost, education, and then like the environment that you're raised in. Parents play a crucial role in determining like their kids' attitudes and how they react to others. So having a really positive environment, I think, would be really great, because they won't tend to go to cyberbullying, because kids who cyberbully, they usually have like psychological trauma, or they have really big insecurities, but they don't feel comfortable in letting it out because they don't have like the right type of support from their parents and friends.
So one burning question I've always had in my mind is, what makes freedom of speech, like what makes it a right for people to do so? Why is it such a big deal, and why should we implement this in our society? What are your thoughts on it?
Toma, do you have anything to say?
Yeah. That's a very difficult question, and yeah, we should have responsibility to our what I said before. Yeah, and yeah, as I said before, we need to have consideration for others when I insist the freedom of expression. Yeah, that is my opinion.
So what are your thoughts on it?
I think everyone has freedom for everything, but for freedom of speech, I think they need like guidelines to do it. I think like what Amy said, like don't like cross like religion wise or like race wise, like that. I think that's what I think about it.
Okay,
And
audience.
the audience.
The last
Yes.
question. So
Hello, excuse me. I'd like to ask that, is the freedom of speech is same in every country? Just like, is the freedom of speech in Malaysia is same as in US? Thank you.
I think I think every freedom of speech is interpreted differently within every country because I could see like Malaysia in Malaysia they're really restricted about it, and we, again like because we hold like Malaysia is a very Muslim country, right? It's an Islam country, right? Yeah, and United States it's not, they're not a Muslim country, so every country has different things, and we should understand and like respect why every country has like a different interpretation of their freedom of speech. Yeah.
I want to add something that every nation have their own regulation about freedom of speech. There's something like in China, their government have some aim to protect their citizens, so they're not, so their mindset is not like get involved to the other state, so they can live positively. So it's just government want to protect their citizen. It's all about the condition of the nation.
All right, so that's a wrap. Thank you so much, panelists, and thank you, audience, for your thoughts on the freedom of speech.
So now it is the end of the show, the 5th show.
And I'm Rania.
And I'm Yu Xuan.
And we'll wrap this up. Thank you.